Bucs are up 28-26. Falcons trying to win the game. That'll help. 4th and 14. Kirk Cousins gets to David Sills. That was for a first down. And how about this? Zane Gonzalez made the game-winning field goal in the wild card round for the Commanders in Tampa Bay last year. It's a 43-yard field goal for the win. He's their 3rd kicker of the year. Raheem Morris is fired up, and for good reason. Welcome inside our NFL Network studio. Along with MJD, Mikey, I'm with you. I got to tell you, man, a little drama late. We'll sign up for that. At the end of the day, though, Maurice, when I look at this, I mean, the Falcons got to be kicking themselves, or excuse me, the Tampa Bay Bucs need to be kicking themselves just based off of the fact that they had this game in hand.
Yeah, for sure. Look at the playoff picture. Yeah. As we sit here, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are out of it, out of the playoffs right now. The Panthers are now the 4 seed. And, I mean, again, like, you're sitting here saying clock management in the fourth quarter, to me, was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' nightmare. You're up 2 touchdowns, and you really don't lean into your running game. You don't play situational football, 4-minute football. You can do 4-minute mode at 8 minutes if you want to. It doesn't have to be under 4 minutes to do it. On the last drive of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you throw the ball on I think it was 2nd and 14. You throw the ball, and it's incomplete, and it stops the clock instead of running the ball, trying to get yards, maybe a draw play or maybe a screen if you want to throw it. But it has to be a high completion throw. It can't be a down the field throw that's incomplete. You keep the clock, you stop the clock, you give the Falcons an opportunity to get the ball back. It was just so much, man, and it was just bad clock management. Yeah. And I don't do this. That's the worst thing that could happen. So now it's 3rd and 14. You have to throw the ball again
with the 2-minute
with the 2-minute warning.
Or warning, excuse me.
And so you get sacked, which helps you because it gets the clock down. But now you have to punt the ball back, and they have 2 whole minutes to go down the field and kick a field goal. It was just terrible clock management, and that's not on the head coach. That's on the play caller of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You have to run the football in those moments.
Look, on the flip side, though, when you watch the Bucs defense, they look like they were doing a pretty good job keeping, at least on that final drive. You needed to see Kirk Cousins really execute. I know at the top of the show we showed you the big 4th down play. There was a 3rd and 24 previous to that. So once again, Kirk Cousins, also a major piece to this win. Again, last year he handled business in a meaningful way. 8 total touchdowns in the 2 games against the Bucs. And then in this one, final drive, Kirk was sharp.
I mean, listen, that's a great throw there to start the drive. You beat the guy off of press coverage. You stack. You get back outside. You come back. This is where we get the strip sack, but it's a tie. And that is true. If we all fall on the ball at the same time, the tie goes to the offense. And so he's on it. They're all tied on it. But then you come back, and this is the play. This is the side of the 50. We're going to spike the ball. We're going to have a couple plays to get us into this 14 in the fourth quarter. It's time to start to run the clock, right? It's like when I play golf. I'm not only playing against my opponent, whoever my friend is that I'm playing, it's just the course too. I'm trying to put as much pressure on the other offense to execute with the least amount of time. And so when we're throwing the football and we're trying to do all these plays, these funny plays, instead of just getting down to the nitty-gritty where Bucky Irving was running well all night. Rashad White was running well. Yeah. Sean Tucker was running well. Continue to run those 3 guys and rotate them and let those guys go. You win this game. Yeah. But instead, you're throwing the football. You throw Baker throws that pick that kind of gets the Falcons the momentum back. They go down and score. They go for 2. We'll talk about that later. But to me, if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'm upset because we didn't really take control of the fourth quarter as an offense. We left it in our defense's hands.
You know, it's funny because you're talking about the running backs from a Buccaneers perspective, and yet I look at the receiving core that's healthy with Evans, Ibuka, McMillan, Godwin. It almost felt like, hey, I got these guys at my disposal. Maybe I go to use them. But to your point, late game, let's just try to salt away.
Well, we used them to get up 28-14, right? We're good now. Yeah. Now it's time to get back down and get to running the football. So we didn't do that. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins throws for 373 in this game, 3 touchdowns, and that'll get you an interview with our Sarah Walsh.
Kirk, 3 touchdowns tonight. Talk about the performance that your team put on here in Tampa.
Yeah, I mean, it was an NFL football game, just back and forth. Both sides wasn't perfect, but we kept battling, and we found a way at the end to make the final play.
Kyle Pitts specifically, I mean, there was a connection there tonight. What was working with him?
Yeah, I mean, with Drake out, we got to find other guys we can really feature, and Kyle's been that guy. And, Zach and the game plan really, gave him a lot of ops, and the ball just kept finding him.
Given the way that this season has unfolded for this team, what does it say about you guys to come down here? A Buccaneers team very much in the playoff hunt. What does it say about what you guys did on the road tonight?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a pro football player, you're a fighter, and, there's a lot for us to play for in terms of just as men and wanting to be excellent in what we do, and I think we showed that tonight.
Congratulations, Kirk. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, let's look at the numbers for Kirk Cousins. What did you learn from this start and some of those throws late about 18?
Yeah, he can still play in the NFL if he has a system that's built around him, especially if he's playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As we see, he's 3-0 against them and 6-10 against everyone else. But look, Kirk Cousins, we knew he could play. He was banged up last year. He's been able to sit, get healthy. He's made some terrific throws, gave guys some opportunities. I'm so happy to see Kyle Pitts being utilized as a top 5 pick and a guy that we thought was a bust, but you're seeing him kind of get better. He managed the game well. They ran the ball a ton. They ran it effectively. He handled the play-action pass. And when you needed him to be special, he was special. And that's what you ask for out of your quarterback. We don't want you to be special all the time, but when we need you to be special, make those special throws. And he did that all night.
Kudos to Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons, who officially were eliminated last week from playoff contention. And then you look at this division right now, the Bucs, just a team that's looking just to handle business. They were the 4 seed in the NFC playoff picture, and this is where they'll actually swap spots now with the Carolina Panthers. But keep in mind, look, the game's significant because you want to win all of them. But in terms of the postseason, Bucs still control their own destiny. Win the NFC South, they'll be a top 4. Panthers, they match up against them in week 16 and 18. So I guess the point is, same could be said from the Carolina perspective. I don't know how you handicap this race, because right now the Bucs are reeling.
Yeah, listen, great teams don't lose games in December. Not like that. And in this situation, you have to hope that really that the guys are finding a way to work through this, right? You're going to have a long weekend. You get a bye week. You got your playmakers back. You hopefully that you guys get better next week, because the next week you play the Carolina Panthers, who right now is in the first of your division. You have 2 games against them in 3 weeks. So you got to figure out a way to win this division. No matter what, this game was important, yes, because you wanted to win and keep that momentum going. But in the big scheme of things, the next 3 weeks are the most important.
They've lost 5 out of 6, though. But tell me how deflating this is, because pre-game, you and I thought that this was lining up from a Tampa Bay perspective. It's not just Mike Evans, a slew of guys healthy. Like, this is a team that we thought we'd get at the beginning of the season. Now we have it, and yet you're at home in a primetime game, and you can't close.
Well, I mean, again, I think it's about managing the clock, right? In the game, when you're in the NFL, it's not about style points. It's more about managing the clock, trying to find a way to get out. I understand the frustration. I don't know if you guys saw, Mike Evans was very frustrated on the sidelines, right? Throughout that last drive, saying we gave them an opportunity. And again, he should be, because he understands. If you let a team hang around long enough and you give them an opportunity to win the game, 9 out of 10 times they're going to win the game. And that's what Atlanta did. And so you're frustrated because now you're in the playoffs. You're in a must-win situation in the next 3 weeks. You have to win in the next 3 weeks, and that puts a lot of pressure on guys. I just don't know how these guys are going to handle it.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, earlier this season, this was a Bucs team that was executing late-game situations. You felt like, oh, even if it's close, you need to score, Baker will deliver, and they weren't able to get it done in this game. We got more reaction from Tampa Bay still to come here on NFL Network. We'll hear from the coaches. We'll hear from